boys, welcome to another episode of your daily show, Fairy Tales. I hope you enjoy our story because it is a tale that's been brought by a fairy. Today's story is called Animal Explorers. Once upon a time, there was a house which had a wonderful garden. This house had a boy who was called Pete in it. Pete was just a good boy, and he always daydreamed. But Pete has no friends to play with. So one day, late one afternoon, Pete was daydreaming about exploring in the deepest Africa. He was in his room and he was all surrounded by his animals. Well, his stuffed animals as it is. Suddenly, his mom appeared and she said, "Pete, this is Jess. She's just moved in next door. Now you two can play together." Well, Pete saw that his mom was standing beside a little girl. He thought, "Oh no, it's a girl. She only wants to play board games. I don't want to play like that." But Pete smiled at that girl. Pete frowned and sat in silence. So Jess started looking around his room. Suddenly, she stared out of the window and shouted to Pete, "Oh, Pete, come on, let's go exploring in the garden." "I don't want to," complained Pete. "There is nothing interesting out there except silly bugs. Nothing, that's our garden." "Come on, Pete, let's go out," Jess insisted. Pete was really refusing to go out, but Jess just ignored him and grabbed his safari hat and binoculars. Well, she then found his torch and took it also. When they got outside, she made a den. You know what's a den? Well, it's a small hidden place that she hid in the bushes of the garden. "It's so the wild animals can't see us," Jess said. "What?" Pete scoffed. "There aren't any wild animals. We're in the garden. What's wrong with you?" Well, while Pete was coughing at Jess, suddenly there was a funny grunting noise and a strange shadow appeared on the lawn right before their eyes. "Look, it's an elephant!" squealed Jess. Well, Pete couldn't believe his eyes. "It is! Oh God, it is a shadow of an elephant!" Pete couldn't even believe it. He scrambled after Jess, and as she leaped out of the den and chased after the elephant, so did Pete. Oh, but it had gone. They didn't catch it after all. Then, suddenly, what happened? Well, you see, girls and boys, Pete and Jess were hiding in the den in the garden when they saw the shadow of an elephant. They both scrambled after it, but as they really chased, they didn't find it. The elephant was gone. But then Jess pointed to a line of paw prints that led near the bushes. They chased after the paw prints and then suddenly, there, look, it's a tiger, she said, just as a shadow stalked along the wall. Oh, Pete saw the shadow and he just cried, "Run! Come on, run!" He and Jess dashed across the lawn and hid from the tiger behind the garden shed. They really escaped this time. Next, Pete pointed to a long-necked shadow swaying by the washing line. "Look, Jess, look! There's a giraffe in our garden," he said. Back to the den," whispered Jess. They both ran back to the den. Suddenly, another shadow loomed over them, blocking their escape. "Oh, it's a gorilla," said Jess. "No, it's a bear," said Pete. The shadow got closer and closer until, cried Jess and Pete. They scrambled across the lawn and dived back into their den. "Hey guys, it's only me," said Dad, laughing. Pete shone his torch and saw that it wasn't a gorilla or a bear after all. It was just Dad, and he's carrying a tray with some sandwiches and drinks on it. "Oh, Dad!" They both really laughed happily at their treats and at their safety. Then Pete and Jess peeped out of their den and saw Buddy the dog playing with a sock from the washing basket. Well, his shadow looked like the elephant we saw. Well, also, Pickles the cat's shadow looked like, yes, girls and boys, you got it, as Jess and Pete got it, it looked like a tiger. And wait, look out there, Mom's shadow looked like a giraffe. Pete and Jess just laughed. They sat down to munch on their treats, and as they chatted about their exploring adventure, they both smiled. "I'm glad you came round to play," said Pete. "Well, me too. Thanks for joining in with the game," said Jess. "Well, anytime. I really like daydreaming and adventures in Africa. That's what I was hoping for." Well, Pete felt really happy. He was pleased Jess was going to be his new friend, and she was definitely anything but boring. So you see, girls and boys, we shouldn't really give judgments at first sight. We should always give a chance for others to just show us how and what they are.
Page 68. Rosemary is an evergreen shrub of the mint family noted for the fragrance of its leaves. Rosemary is used fresh or dried as a herb for cooking. The plant also yields an oil used in perfumes.
That was it for today's story, girls and boys. How about you join me same time next time on a new story and a new tale from Fairy Tales.